hot, it's thick, it's nasty. What better thing to do today than install some windows? Window here, window there, window there, window there. So, guess I better get started. So this first window that I will be installing is a fixed window. It's an adhesive window. It doesn't have an interior frame for me to screw like some CRL windows do. This will be right behind the driver's seat where the passenger seat is. Like I said, it's a fixed window. It doesn't have any openings, no vent, anything like that. We weren't gonna do this, and then at the last second I was like, no, you know, it's nice to have a window to be able to see out, especially for someone if they're riding in the passenger seat right behind the driver. So we decided to add it. In order to install this, you're gonna need, obviously, the window. You're gonna have to cut it out, and I'll show you how to do that. You're gonna need primer. That's for every window you're gonna cut. You're gonna prime and all the freshly cut metal edges. You're gonna file them down. But you will need this adhesive. This is Sikaflex adhesive, so it's tube glass. You're gonna need that. You're gonna obviously put that all along the van, you know, around this area, outer trim, and then you're gonna need some tape to, once you stick it, get it in the right place, just to kind of hold it in place, make sure it's there. They say for sure don't drive the van, you know, 3 or 4 hours. You know, I mean, usually if you're doing a project like this, you're probably not gonna drive the van that day anyways. 24 hours, leave the tape on. I think it's like 72 hours until you wash it. So you know, spray the van, check for leaks, things like that. So obviously I've got my suction cup. I've got another one that I have. This one's, gosh, super heavy duty. What I'll do is I'll go drill out holes all the way around the window frame so that I can know from a jigsaw. Then I'll come with tape around the whole outside, and we'll do that. Like I said, we're gonna come around here and we're gonna drill out the holes all the way around. Probably a couple here in the corner for sure. Go here, 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 and then I'm gonna come outside and I'm gonna tape it all around. Probably even tape the jigsaw itself, you know, the bottom, so that it's tape on tape and it's that metal trying to scratch the van, the exterior of the van. And then once I come, you know, obviously this whole piece will be gone. So I just need to get a drill bit, start drilling some holes. You want a drill bit big enough for the jigsaw blade to fit in. So I think that's like roughly 5/16 to 3/8. So I'll go with 3/8. Just be careful, because once you drill this, it's gonna want to kind of walk, things like. So now that I drilled the holes and I came with the step bit, I didn't want to go too big, so some of these holes, you can see that one's clean, this one's not. Now what I'm going to do is you probably don't have to do this, but I've got a deburring tool. And I'm just going to kind of clean these up a bit. As I'll come around on the outer edge of all the holes, and I'll tape, and I'll probably do like 2 or 3 layers of this tape. Doesn't matter to this because this is coming out. This is what matters. You don't want to scratch this, obviously. And I'll come all the way around and do that. It's all taped out. You do want to be careful when you're applying the tape. Like I said, if you've got any burrs and you're trying to smooth the tape out, you gotta watch. You could cut yourself, so be very careful with that. Tape is all applied. I've got the jigsaw taped up, so it's just tape on tape, and it's gonna be pretty tight right here trying to fit the jigsaw in. I think it's just perfect though. I think they kind of do that going into it, knowing it, that's just perfect for a jigsaw. But got a metal blade, and I'll just slowly go all the way around and hope for the best. So now what I need to do is I need to come file down all of this, and then once it's filed down I need to prime it, and then once we prime it I'll come put the edging around the inside, and then it's time to install the glass. So now I'm going to use the primer that came with the windows from VanWindowsDirect. That is where we bought all of our windows. Came primer and this little swab. I'm going to put the seat back down, cover it back up with the towel, and then I'll go ahead and do this. Okay, I got my rubber molding. You want your the seam to be down in the bottom, obviously for rain. You always want the seam to be at the bottom. So now I'll come with the adhesive. I'll start here, work my way all the way around to the middle, and then I will come back down from here and overlap. And what you want is you want a V notch. You want to notch it in a V. This comes with like a little template. You want to notch it in a V. You want the V to always trail. You want a good thick bead, 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch thick. But like I said, you want the V to trail. Last time we tried this on our very first van, a Ram ProMaster, it was during the middle of winter. It was awful. This stuff would not flow. Now I think it will though, because we are in summer. It's hot. Alright, so I want to get the top lined up. Make sure you're pretty good and even. It looks good and you're comfortable with the way it looks all the way around. That looks good all the way around. Just like that. We've got a window in the van. So I leave this tape on here for a good 24 hours. It's basically set. Now, if I wanted to take it off, it wouldn't be too fun. You have about 10-15 minutes, you know, to kind of move it around, reconfigure it. But I'm happy with the placement of it. It looks good. And looks like it was supposed to be there. Move on to the passenger sliding door, yeah. And if you saw me put that primer on, the black, all the way around, I've seen multiple videos that had professionals that didn't install that, and they just went adhesive straight to here. Obviously they cleaned up the van with some acetone, alcohol, you know, something like that, and they didn't use the primer. I've seen professionals that use the primer. I guess it's just whatever you want, really. Sliding door window is installed. As you can see, there's a lot of tape. I don't know if it was because I had the fan going and the adhesive wanted to dry a little bit quicker before I was able to get the window over here, but it required me to sit here for a couple minutes, and then I had to get Colleen to come start taping. Once we did that, I'd say probably a good 15 minutes, and it decided it wanted to set. So I'm happy with it. Obviously, I'm not gonna use this door for a couple of days. Ensure that this is secure. Then probably within a couple of days I'll come around this edge and add more so that we can make sure it's secured on the edge.